right, everybody, we're back from a short break, and we're about to get things kicked back off here for Combat Quest 28. We have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu matchup coming your way in just a few minutes. That matchup is featuring, like I said, one of the fabled champs here from Vigilant MMA in Braylon Carroll. Braylon has competed very, very extensively in Vigilant MMA. We've seen him at so many of the events, so many of the Combat Quest events. We've seen him at all the Combat Quest Jitsu events. I mean, such a high-level grappler. There's a reason that he was a champ in 2 different divisions. I mean, come on. He's very, very talented individual. Going up against Ryan Quigley. Both of these guys are blue belts.
Purple belts.
Or excuse me, purple belts, sorry.
And as somebody who practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and someone who studies it very extensively like I do, I'm extremely excited for just a pure BJJ matchup here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, especially such high-level grapplers.
They're both purple belts. They've been doing this a long time at a very high level. It's going to be very exciting just to see these 2 practitioners work and seeing how their brains kind of flow in from one movement into the next, one transition into the next transition. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, like I said, it's the art part of martial arts.
It's time for your second fight of the night. This is another combat jiu-jitsu match. And your first fighter to the cage, Ryan Quigley.
Yeah, you're going to have to forgive me for calling both of these guys blue belts. Braylon Carroll's just been around for so long, and he was a blue belt for the longest. I forgot he even got promoted to his purple belt.
And it takes a lot of work to get to that level.
Absolutely. Big congratulations to him.
Now, obviously, you're not going to see the belts because it's going to be a no-gi bout.
Right.
And so the difference between that is with gi, you're able to grab the lapel, grab the collars, grab the sleeves, use the gis against your opponent. You can choke them out with the gi.
Right. It's a very different strategy.
It's a very different strategy. This is going to be more just 2 guys going at it.
Absolutely.
His opponent, Braylon Carroll.
And there he is, as mentioned, the previous champ, Braylon Carroll. Currently holding a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu, representing Checkmat Olympus BJJ. As we mentioned before, he's been one of the most consistent, one of the most dominant champions that we had ever seen in Vigilant MMA, one of the longest reigning champions we've ever had.
And you know, I like to call him the Tiger Woods of Vigilant. He looks the part, he performs the part. Let's just see if he can keep it going here today.
All right, Fort Myers, let's make some noise for these men. Are you ready? Introducing in the tea time blue corner. He is a purple belt representing Control Jiu-Jitsu. Give it up for Ryan Quigley. Hand his opponent. In the Parkside Cabinets red corner, a purple belt representing Checkmate Olympus BJJ, the former 7-time defending Vigilant MMA no-gi BJJ champion. Give it up for Breland Carroll. Referee in charge is David Baggett.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So similar rule set to our previous matchup. 8-minute round. The goal will be to submit your opponent. However, this is traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Right away, Braylon's trying to pull guard,
which is something that we've seen him do a lot in his previous matchups, a position that he's very, very comfortable from. He really likes when his opponent is able to come to him and he's able to respond.
And that's one of the beautiful things about BJJ is, and it's one of the starkest differences between jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
Right.
Is you perform and you operate off of your back in jiu-jitsu. In wrestling, if you're on your back, you're getting pinned and you lose the match.
Right. But, I mean, pulling guard early is something that we've seen Carroll do numerous times in championship matchups, in every sort of bout that we've seen from him. This is always his tactic. He always pulls guard. It's something we've known.
And like you said, his opponent has to come to him. His opponent has to work once you're on top.
Yeah.
And he gets to be in a more responsive role.
Absolutely.
Working from his back.
Absolutely. And he's so proficient from that role as well, and it's never steered him wrong.
This is just a lot of feeling each other out right now. And like we saw in the last fight, everything can change so quickly.
Right.
Any little mistake, your opponent can capitalize on. And so they're both being very cautious and letting things just come naturally.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's almost kind of like watching a chess game.
It is.
You know, it's one move after the other. Everybody's going back and forth. And to some people who are not BJJ fans or who don't know much about BJJ, they might not think there's really anything going on. But the entire time, everything has a purpose. Every move, small details like Carroll holding the hand here, trying to control the wrist, same thing. The small things, the positioning of the feet, locking the ankles to ensure that foot can't slip out. It's small details like that, things that people don't see that are happening in the matchup that give or take advantages.
It's really a tennis match.
I mean, I mean, to try to pass Breland Carroll's guard when he pulls guard like this is like trying to break into Fort Knox. I mean,
right.
Just the soundness of his defense on bottom, and not only that, but he's so calm. He has such a good composure when it comes to these kind of things. I mean, he's been in the championships matchups. He's been through so many other jiu-jitsu bouts. And he's always had that calmness, that poise, you know. Quigley's trying to come up with a game plan here, but I mean, Carroll's just always moving. If you're not watching his hands, he's moving. If you're watching his hands, he's moving his legs. If you're watching his legs, he's moving those hands. Halfway through so far, 4 minutes. Quigley doing his best to try to control the legs here of Carroll. And I mean, with such active legs like that, it's a heck of a task. You can see there Carroll using the leg to try to block the arm of Quigley from advancing anything.
And I know for me, it took a while for me to kind of understand. You hear the crowd quiet and you're getting frustrated that nothing's really happening when you're in there competing, that you want to make something happen. You want to press and then you make a mistake and next thing you know you're choked out.
Right.
And so both of these guys need to just focus on the task at hand, not worry about anything else that's happening outside.
Nice roll through transition there from Carroll. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're in here, you really have to lock in. You can't be concerned with the crowd. You can't be worried about what people are saying. You have to focus solely on your opponent and what you're going to do to pass that guard, to get the sweep, whatever you got to do to get yourself that advantage and win the matchup.
And now we get to see how Quiggs operates on bottom.
And Quigley seems to have a little bit more of like a sense of urgency from the bottom.
Yeah.
Carroll's very, very patient whenever he pulls his guard.
He's got that north-south position now.
Quigley seems to have a little bit more of a sense of urgency to try to get out from there. And Carroll applying some good pressure.
So many guys operate better from one side or another.
Right.
I know me personally, I operate much better from the top, and that's where I prefer to be. I don't like to be on my back, and it seems like that might be the same for Quiggs.
Might be looking for an arm in. Going for a head triangle, arm triangle. Oh. What's he setting up here? Is he setting up for a twister?
I mean, right now,
he could transition to the back here. Quigley's doing a good job of keeping that chin tucked, not letting Braylon Carroll get that arm under the chin. He knows what might be coming from that sweep. If he can, he's trying to shoot. It looks like he might be going for the arm. Nope, going back to top.
Quigley did a great job of holding that leg.
Quigley tried to lock in that. Sorry.
There it is.
Braylon trying to lock in that guillotine. Oh, and look at this. And Carroll just wrenching on the neck of Quigley.
There it is.
Might have that triangle in there.
This is just some beautiful jiu-jitsu.
And now really putting that pressure on there. No tap from Quigley yet. But there's some serious pressure on that triangle. And Quigley's still not letting him, trying to rotate out.
I can't quite tell if he really has it.
Oh, he's holding on. What a hold here.
There it is.
Wow, what a
12
finish.
seconds left. That was beautiful jiu-jitsu.
Let's talk about the patience of Carroll there right at the end.
And
towards the end of the fight, and he knew he had him. He knew he had Quigley, but he didn't rush to try to cinch anything in. He was patient, took his time, waited for the moment.
And so that's what's important about jiu-jitsu is being patient. You can get yourself into that position, and you just need to let your opponent put themselves into the losing position. He didn't force anything. He just let his opponent get himself into that spot.
No, absolutely not. And then he started wrenching even more. And I mean, what a finish from the former champ.
Dead face, stone cold killer. No smile, no excitement, nothing. He's just in there to perform.
I've heard Braylon Carroll described as disinterested.
As what now?
Disinterested.
Yeah, and then, I mean, that's how you have to be.
I mean,
and absolutely. David Baggett stopped this fight via triangle choke for your winner, Braylon Carroll.